The number one reason why you should structure your projects accordingly is simple. What if you walk out and get hit by a bus? Then someone has to finish the project. When you pass on your project to another editor, you don't want things to be offline, okay? Where they have to go find what you put on the timeline to finish your job. You know, media stored on your desktop, media put underneath a folder called current 1 or current 2, or media put on the cloud that you said, make sure you get to this later, you named it. All those things are never good. So the first thing you want to understand is when you're creating any project, you want to have a consistent folder structure that you use on a consistent basis, right? You want to have your videos, you want to have your images, you want to have dynamic links if you're using them, you want to have footage, you want to have audio, you want to have sound bites, everything separated in a decent structure. And you make a template of this structure because every single project will have the same elements in those folders. So now when you finalize your project and everything's consolidated, you don't even have to go back and consolidate everything as most editors would do. You can simply, you know, it's before and after. So I know the old rule says throw up in the morning and clean up at nighttime. But for me personally, I believe otherwise. I say clean up as you go. Because what happens is if you're throwing your content in these folders and at the end of your project, something happens, like I said, and you don't have time to clean up, you can easily zip this project up and all your elements and assets will remain in those folders as a zip file. You drop it on a drive and say, here you go. And everything needed for the next person to open up your project and complete it is already there.